Next area is going to be system operation. Again, just an overview. Now some of you are saying, well, why do we keep going back over these things? Well, you know, they figure if you hear something enough times, you finally learn it. So we've talked about hand line, about just what it is, and then what the parts are of it, then how to install it, and now we're going to talk about how it operates. And so by the fourth time over a hand line, you ought to feel pretty comfortable about a hand line, and a wheel line, and a solid set, and a drip, and a turf, and a center pivot. So I keep cycling back over that stuff, and you know, over enough passes, we're going to learn more each pass, and by the end we should be in pretty good shape on it. System operation of hand line, it is a very straightforward process. Bend over, pick up the pipe, pack it to the next spot, set it down. In the meantime, you got to hook it up. There are some, in operations, we have to be concerned about spacing. You know, how far apart the valves are going to dictate that. A design has already dictated that. In the Northwest, you're going to find spacings generally at 50 or 60 feet for hand line. We do have some choices when we operate. If we have a valve line coming across the field, we can do a few things with that valve line. With a hand line, we can go in here, and normally you would just have a sprinkler head on every joint. Every 40 feet, there'll be a sprinkler going out across that field. And you would just move it exactly the same way across the field every time. And so on. Every 40 feet, we'd have a sprinkler. 40, and this would be 60 for most things around this part of the country. But you got some options that you can do with the hand line. One of the options is you can come in here, and every other move you can put a 20 in here. And so you're staggering your heads to go in the position where the black marks are. So you stagger 20 and then go 40s. So that's one way to stagger the system. So now what are you creating? A triangular pattern. Then the next time you move it, the line would go in, back on the 40s again. 40 feet off of the valve. So now what we're creating is that triangular pattern, or diamond pattern of irrigation. Now what the problem there is it causes us to walk extra feet. By moving them diagonally, we have to walk further. So it adds a little labor cost. And we also have to have an extra piece of pipe. We have to have a little 20-footer here. That's an added little expense to have a 20 as well as all the 40s. But it may not be a huge cost. Another little twist we can do is the first time we go through the field, we do her this way. And then the next time we come through the field, we put in a swing joint and go across right in the middle. Swing joint, go across in the middle. Swing joint, go across in the middle. So the red would be the first pass across the field, and then the black would be the second time across the field. And then we'd recycle again. So you stagger set every 30 feet every time you go across the field. That improves the overall uniformity of the watering system as well. So if you do combo up, if you do triangulation plus staggering the set, putting in the swing joint, you can really get good uniformity over the growing season of a crop. Particularly if you're growing vegetables, this will really improve your overall uniformity. And hopefully will increase your quality rating, which will give you more money for the value of the crop when it goes to the processor. You know, if you're growing potatoes or onions or green beans, things of that nature, this will help you improve your overall quality. It takes a little more time, it takes a little more thought. You have to train your people a little better. Most people that move hand lines are no-brainer type people that are just going to move it in the red spot every time, and so be it. You know, it's going to go down the valve, and somebody has to keep tabs of when it was going on the valve and when it was on the swing joint, so that you're doing it every other time. If you want to do the stagger, somebody has to be aware of that. So you may go across the field in the red position, and then the next time across in the black, that's when you may do the stagger. See? And so you're still minimizing the amount of feet that you're walking, but you've put the stagger in when you recycle the move. Now you don't just move it down the field and then move it back. We move down the field to the end of the field, get the whole field here. There, we got a field full of pipe. So we moved it set 1, we moved it going south, each of these risers. So it came this way. It came to here, it came to here, it came to here, it came to here. Now where does it go? Does it go here? No. Not at all. We go back to the beginning, right to there, and now we go like this. So we have to pick all that pipe up, take it back to the beginning, and start over again. So we water day 1, say we water full days. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6 starts over again. So every 6th day we're getting back to the same piece of ground. So it's only been 6 days since I watered here, I'm back to it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Day 11, I'm back up here. So I've had 5 days away, I'm back to it. So I'm just going in a loop and always recycling back. So I have to come down here with the pipe cart, pick up that line, bring it back up and string it back across the top of the field again to do it right. And that way you get uniformity of water application. You're having the same number of days between sets. If you worked your way down here and then started here and worked your way back up, the only place you would have good uniformity of water is right in the middle. Every place else is way too far between irrigations on either end. So to keep the uniformity of water and setting up a good water schedule, we have to do this cycling of the pipe. Now if you have a great big long field, you can just keep moving the hand lines across it and pick up the one at the end of the field. Like maybe you had 5 hand lines in a row going across here. You just pick up the bottom one and bring it back to the top of the field, and all the rest just keep moving down every set. And so you're only having to pick up one every time you go through a full set and bringing it back to the top of the field.